In this video, we'll go through exam questions that cover the criteria, interpret plans, elevations, and nets of simple 3D shapes. You can locate the questions on the mathsmaths.com website under Level 1. The questions come from different exam boards. We'll start with the non-calculated questions and then we'll move to the calculated questions. Here is the first one. Denise needs to buy some boxes for the candles. This is the net of the box she chose. The net is made up of 6 squares. What shape will the box be? So, the net is made up of 6 squares, which tells us that this is a cube when it's assembled. If it was made of rectangles, for example, that would be a cuboid. Which is a plan view of the object shown? A plan view is when you look at the shape from the top. So from the top we can see these faces, which are square ones. So 3 of them lined up and then 2 underneath, which is option D. Which one of these nets will fold into this shape? So which of these nets will make a cuboid? One thing to remember is that for both cubes and cuboids, we need 6 faces. So looking at the first option, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's not correct. Can't be the correct one. Looking at the second one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is a potential one based on the number of faces, but if you look at them, this will overlap with this when you fold it. So that's not the correct option. Looking at the third one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but then again, there is nothing on the side. Looking at the last one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you've got 2 on the side. So when formed, this will make a cuboid. So option D is the correct one. Which one of these nets will fold to make a cube? A cube has square faces only, and we're looking for 6 of them within the net. Looking at A, it has squares as well as rectangles, so that's not the correct one. Looking at B, again it has squares and rectangles, so not correct. C has squares only, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and we need 6, and that is D. Which of these nets can be folded to form a cube? So we're looking for 6 square shapes within the net. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means A is not the correct one. Looking at B, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, not correct. C has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it doesn't have a square on the side here. It needs to have on both sides. So only 4 lined up and another 2 on the sides. That is the case for D. So D is the correct one. Which of these nets can be folded to form a cuboid? So we're looking for squares and rectangles. A is not the correct one because we haven't got 4 rectangles lined up. As you can see, we've got rectangle, square, rectangle, square. Looking at B, it has 4 of them lined up, and we've got 2 squares on the side. This length is the same as this one, and this the same as this one. So this one, same as this. and the same on the other side. So that proves that when folded, this will make a cuboid. So B is the correct one. C and D are not correct. We now move into the calculator questions. Here is a cube of side length 3 centimeters. Draw a net of the cube. Use the grid below to draw your net. So we can see the dimensions 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters. And we've got the key given to us. So the square length is 1 centimeter on the grid. So I'm going to start right in the middle. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that would be one of the faces. I'm going to do 4 next to each other. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You'd need to use a ruler when you do this on paper. So we've got 4 of them, and we're going to do the 2 flaps on the side. I could do them like this. But I could do these 2 flaps anywhere, really, as long as they lined up with the squares in the middle, with the faces in the middle. So, for example, I could do this right here. And I could change this one and do it here, for example. As long as they're not both on the same side, at the top or at the bottom, because then they would overlap when folded. Josh is designing gift boxes. He designs these boxes. Josh needs to know the shape of the boxes from different views. Place the correct numbers in the space to complete the sentences. Shape 1, 2, 3 or 4 is the plan view of the cylinder. So focusing on the cylinder, from the top you'll be able to see a circle. So that is shape 1. Shape 1, 2, 3 or 4 is the front view of the triangular prism. Where is the triangular prism? That's this one here. So front view, that would be from this position. So we can see a triangle, and that's shape 4. The triangular based pyramid has how many faces, edges and vertices? So it has 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. Edges, how many edges does it have? Got 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And vertices, that's the corners, so it has 1 here, another 1 here, so 2, 3, 4. Here is a prism. All corners on the prism are right angles. How many faces are there on the prism? So we have this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the one at the front, 8. The centimeter grid below shows 4 different views of the prism. Which diagram shows the plan view? So looking from the top, what we can see is this face and this one here. This length is equal to this one and this one and this one, so that is 3 centimeters. And this length is 3 centimeters. This one we can work out by doing 5 take away 3, which gives us 2. So the total length is 5 centimeters. So we're looking for a rectangle that is 5 by 3 centimeters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 3. That is diagram 2. Which diagram shows the back view? So the back view from here, that would look like so. So that is diagram 4. The safety instructions show a plan view of the go-kart. Hamid says that the go-kart is 1.5 meters high, 2 meters long and 0.6 meters wide. Is Hamid correct? Explain your answer. Well, we can see the length is 2 meters, not 1.5. And the width is 1.5 meters. So we're going to say no. The length is 2 meters and width 1.5 meters. Joy works in student services at a college. She is responsible for publicity. Joy produces a leaflet explaining what services are available. The leaflet is made by folding a piece of A4 card to make 6 pages. A4 card measures 29.7 centimeters by 21.0 centimeters. What are the dimensions of one of the pages of the leaflet? So the card measures 29.7 centimeters by 21.0 centimeters, and when folded, this is 21.0 centimeters, and this here we're going to work out by doing 29.7 divided by 3, because it's split into 3 equal parts when folded. So 29.7 divided by 3 gives us 9.9 centimeters. So the dimensions of one of the pages of the leaflet are 21.0 by 9.9 centimeters. What is the total area in square centimeters of the 6 pages? So the 6 pages, the area for the 6 of them will be equal to the area of the card multiplied by 2. It's like front and back. So we'll do 2 times 21.0 times 29.7. which is 1247.4. Joy is reorganizing her office. She draws a plan view of the office and the furniture to help her. Joy has a cuboid filing cabinet that is 40 centimeters wide, 50 centimeters long, 90 centimeters high. This is the plan view of the filing cabinet that Joy draws. Is the drawing correct? Explain your answer. So, the filing cabinet will look like this. It's 40 centimeters wide, 50 centimeters long, and 90 centimeters high. So the plan view will show only the top of it. So what are the dimensions? The length here, that is same as this, which is 50 centimeters, and that is correct. The width is 40 centimeters, and that's not correct. So we're going to say no, the width should be 40 centimeters. (50 by 40 centimeters). A shelf stacker is making a display in a shop. It is made from 6 identical boxes. Each box is a cube. Which one of the shapes below is a side view elevation of the display from side X? So we're looking at the shape from this angle. So what we can see is these 3 faces. And that looks like shape B. Each box has sides measuring 0.5 meters. Work out the area of this side of the display. Give units in your answer. Show all your work in. So we've got 0.5 and 0.5 meters, and it's 3 of them. So what we're going to do is 3 times 0.5 times 0.5. Because area is worked out by multiplying length and width, or side length in this case, because it's a square. So 3 times 0.5 times 0.5 gives us 0.75. Square meters. Each box weighs 950 grams. What is the weight of the whole display in kilograms? Show all your work in. Let's see, how many boxes do we have? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the one there in the corner, 6. So that is 6 of them times 950 grams. Gives us 5,700 grams. We need to give our answer in kilograms. We know that in 1 kilogram there are 1,000 grams, so this is 5.7 kilograms, just like dividing 5,700 by 1,000. Which of these shows the net of a cube? Again, we're looking for 6 square faces. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, but we've got them both on the same side, these 2 flaps, so that's not correct. Same thing with B, so not correct. Looking at C, we've got way too many of these square shapes, so not correct either. D is the correct one. Davinder makes jewellery that sells to local markets. She wants to buy some small boxes with lids like the picture below to put necklaces in. She receives a selection of boxes to choose from. The net diagram of each box is shown below. We've got net A and net B. Net C and net D. Which net diagram best represents the box shown in the picture? Explain the reason for your choice of net in the box below. So the box is a cuboid. Could it be A? It might be. Looks like the different shapes are in proportion with what we have. Looking at B, that is the net of a cube, so that can't be the correct answer. Looking at C, it has no lid whatsoever, so it can't be the correct one. Net D, again, very similar to net C, it has no lid. So we're going to say net A because it represents a cuboid shaped box and has a face representing the box lid. Which of the following is a net of a cube? Circle the correct letter. A is not correct. This face here would overlap with this one. B, again, it's not correct. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares, but one of them needs to be on the side. Looking at C, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares again, but there is overlapping in here. Looking at D, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 lined up and 2 on the sides, so D is the correct one. A triangular prism has width 4 cm, height 6 cm and length 8 cm. Sketch a net of the prism. Label the given dimensions on your net. Okay, so here is the space for the drawing. I'm not going to use a ruler, but you should use a ruler and measure the dimensions. I'm going to start with the base. So that looks like a rectangle with dimensions 8 centimeters by 4 centimeters. On the side we have a triangle which has the base 4 centimeters and height 6 centimeters. So that's what you need to do. Put a dot there and then connect the points together. Do the same on the other side. So height 6 centimeters, base is already 4 centimeters, And now we have these two other faces that we need to show. So if you look at this shape from the side, you're going to see a rectangle. But because this is slanted, what it's going to measure, the rectangle, is going to measure 8 centimeters by 6 centimeters. And the same on the other side. I'm going to remove these lines that are added for the height of the triangles. And if you draw this with a ruler with the correct dimensions as shown here, that should be done. And this is the end of the questions.